Okay, what we're doing here is we are finding the length of a line between these two sets of points. So we're finding a length that goes from 1, 2 to 3, 4, and then negative 3, 4 to 3, 1. Now, whose theorem are we going to use for this? Which Greek guy? That's right, Pythagoras. So there is a formula for this. I don't like the formula though. I'll write it because some of you people like your formulas. X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So that's the formula. It's Pythagoras' theorem. So you got a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and we find the square root. So that's all there is to it. Like I said, I don't like that. I prefer to draw them. Makes it a lot easier. So we've got this thing 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're at 1 and 2, which is about here. Then we go to 3 and 4, which is about here. So we're looking at that length there. So to go from, we're at, like I said, 1 and 2, and over here 3 and 4. So to go from 1 to 3, we've gone 2 across. Whoops, make that look like a 2. We've gone 2 across. To go from 2 to 4, we've gone 2 up. So then we have so then our length is just going to be 2 squared plus 4 squared. 2 squared plus 2 squared. Getting ahead of myself. 2 squared plus 2 squared. So, and we find the square root of that. So L equals the square root of 2 squared, which is 4. So 4 plus 4. So we end up with 8, square root of 8, or 2 root 2. The book says to find a decimal. You can convert it to a decimal if you want. I don't have a calculator here to do it on this thing where you can see me do it. So that's all there is to it. Okay, let's see that again. So here we've got a graph. We're going from negative 3, negative 4, which is somewhere around here. We're going to go to 3 and negative 1, so we're going to go to about here. So negative 3, negative 4, and we're going to 3, 1, or negative 1. So from negative 3 to 3, we're going across 6. From negative 3 to 1, we're going up 3. So our length is equal to the square root of 6 squared plus 3 squared, and we end up with 36 plus 9, and we end up with the square root of 45, which ends up, I think, as 3 root 5. Once again, use your calculator to work it out as a decimal, but that's all it is. If you want to substitute values into this thing, you are welcome to. So you would do x2, 3, minus 1 to give you 2, square 2 to make 4, 4 minus 2, another 2, square 2 to give you 4, and then you'd go through there. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to. But like I said, just draw it, because then you're actually doing what it tells you to do. You're actually finding the distance between this point and this point, not just finding an arbitrary length. So that's my advice. Draw it, work out your run, work out your rise, substitute that into this formula into your a squared equals b squared plus c squared, and go from there.